In 2026, with sovereign debt elevated across the developed world, one structural question recurs. What happens when countries owe money in a currency they do not individually control? Europe ran that experiment in the open, and it nearly broke the euro. This is the archive of the 2010 sovereign debt crisis. This is an archive of the 2010 to 2012 Eurozone debt crisis. Documented market history only, not a forecast, not investment advice. Chapter 1. The Flaw. The euro launched in 1999 with a built-in tension, a shared currency and central bank, but no shared budget and 19 separate national debts. Members gave up the ability to print their own money, and with it the ultimate backstop for their own bonds. For a decade, markets ignored this. They lent to Greece at almost the same low rate as Germany, as if the risks were identical. They were not. Chapter 2. The Trigger. In late 2009, a new Greek government revealed that the country's budget deficit was far larger than previously reported, revised to around 15% of GDP. The hidden gap shattered confidence in Greek debt overnight. 35%. Greek 10-year bond yield at the peak of the crisis. Chapter 3. The Contagion. Markets then asked which country was next and turned on every member with high debt or weak banks. Yields spiked across the periphery: Ireland, Portugal, Spain, and Italy. The crisis stopped being about Greece and became about the survival of the euro itself. Because these nations could not print their own currency, they had no lender of last resort for their bonds. A liquidity scare could become a forced default purely through rising yields, the same dynamic that made dollar debt so dangerous in 1997. Chapter 4. The Response. The response was a series of bailouts: Greece, Ireland, Portugal, funded by the EU and IMF, tied to severe austerity. Greek output fell roughly a quarter, and unemployment passed 25%. The medicine deepened the immediate downturn. Bailouts kept buying time, but the market kept testing the next weak link. By mid-2012, with Spanish and Italian yields climbing toward the unsustainable, the single currency was widely judged to be months from breaking apart. Chapter 5. 3 words. In July 2012, the president of the European Central Bank, Mario Draghi, said the ECB would do whatever it takes to preserve the euro, and added, "Believe me, it will be enough." The promise of effectively unlimited central bank support for sovereign bonds, the backstop the system had been missing, reversed the panic. Yields fell. Notably, the program that delivered the promise was never actually used. The credible threat alone was enough. Chapter 6. The Pattern. The pattern the record shows. 1. Debt issued in a currency the borrower can't individually control. 2. A hidden weakness is revealed. Confidence shatters. 3. Contagion spreads to every member with the same profile. 4. Only a credible, unlimited central bank backstop ends it. This archive does not predict the path of any modern sovereign debt. It documents what happens when debt meets a currency its issuers cannot control, and that, in the end, only a credible central bank backstop stopped it. The archive stays open. This is what the historical record shows.